We often think that massive success requires massive action. But what if I told you that the key to transforming your life lies in making small, consistent changes? That's the power of atomic habits. Atomic habits are tiny changes, little improvements that may seem insignificant in isolation, but over time compound into remarkable results. Imagine an ice cube sitting at 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Nothing seems to be happening, but raise the temperature just 1 degree and suddenly the ice begins to melt. That's the power of consistency. Just like that, 1 degree shift can melt the ice. Small, consistent actions can melt away bad habits, build good ones, and ultimately transform your life. It's not about making drastic changes overnight. It's about embracing the process of continuous improvement, one small step at a time. This essay will explore the concept of atomic habits, delving into the science behind habit formation and providing practical strategies for building good habits and breaking bad ones. We'll uncover the 4 laws of behavior change, the importance of identity-based habits, and the incredible power of compounding. So get ready to unlock your potential, one small change at a time. Before we change our habits, we must understand how they work. Every habit follows a pattern called the habit loop. It consists of cue, craving, response, and reward. The cue triggers the habit. It's a signal to your brain. For example, seeing your phone might cue you to check social media. The craving is the desire to perform the behavior, driven by the anticipation of a reward. The response is the action you take. This could be checking social media, running, or eating. The reward is the satisfying feeling after the habit. This reinforces the habit, making you want to repeat it. Understanding the habit loop helps us identify triggers, cravings, and rewards. This awareness is the first step to changing our habits. The first law of behavior change is to make it obvious. This applies to both building good habits and breaking bad ones. If you want to make a habit stick, you need to make the cue so obvious that you can't miss it. Conversely, to break a bad habit, you need to make the cue invisible or less appealing. One powerful technique for making good habits obvious is called habit stacking. This involves linking a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you already brush your teeth every morning, you can stack the habit of meditating for 2 minutes immediately afterward. By attaching the new habit to an established routine, you're more likely to remember it and follow through. Another effective strategy is environment design. We are creatures of our environment, and our surroundings have a significant impact on our behavior. If you want to eat healthier, make sure your kitchen is stocked with healthy snacks and ingredients. If you want to read more, keep a book on your bedside table or in your bag. Remember, the more visible and accessible a cue is, the more likely it is to trigger the desired behavior. By making your environment work for you, you can make it easier to build good habits and harder to fall prey to bad ones. The second law of behavior change is make it attractive. The more appealing a habit is, the more likely you are to stick with it. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. One way to make habits more attractive is through temptation bundling. Pair a habit you need to do with a habit you want to do. This leverages instant gratification to motivate long-term benefits. For example, watch your favorite show only while on the treadmill. This way, you'll look forward to exercising. Leverage social influences to adopt habits. Surround yourself with people who embody the habit. Their influence makes the habit more desirable. Make your habits attractive and enjoyable. Turn habits from chores into rituals. The third law of behavior change is make it easy. The easier it is to perform a habit, the more likely you are to do it consistently. Conversely, the more difficult or time-consuming a habit is, the less likely you are to stick with it. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to make a habit easy is to follow the 2-minute rule. This rule states that you should start by scaling down your desired habit into a version that takes less than 2 minutes to complete. For example, instead of trying to meditate for 30 minutes, start with just 2 minutes. The key is to make starting so easy that it's almost impossible to say no. Once you've established the habit of showing up for those 2 minutes, you can gradually increase the duration over time. Another powerful strategy is automation. By automating your habits, you can eliminate the need for decision-making and willpower, making it easier to stick to your goals. For example, you can set up automatic bill payments to avoid late fees, use a meal planning app to streamline your grocery shopping, or schedule workout reminders in your calendar. By removing friction and making your desired behaviors the default option, you increase the likelihood of following through. Section 6. The fourth law, make it satisfying. The fourth and final law of behavior change is make it satisfying. We are more likely to repeat behaviors that bring us pleasure or satisfaction, even if the rewards are small. This principle aligns with the reward stage of the habit loop. One way to make habits more satisfying is to use a habit tracker. This could be as simple as a calendar where you mark off each day you successfully complete your habit, or a dedicated app that visually represents your progress. Tracking your habits provides a sense of accomplishment and reinforces your commitment to the process. It also helps you stay accountable and motivated by providing a visual reminder of your progress. Another effective strategy is to give yourself immediate rewards after completing your habit. These rewards don't have to be big or expensive. Even small gestures of self-care or indulgence can be effective. For instance, after a productive work session, you could reward yourself with a cup of tea or a short walk outside. The key is to create a positive feedback loop by associating your habits with pleasurable experiences. This reinforces the neural pathways associated with the behavior, making it more likely that you'll stick with it in the long run. Section 7. Breaking bad habits. While we've primarily focused on building good habits, the same principles can be applied in reverse to break bad ones. To break a bad habit, you need to make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. Start by identifying the cues that trigger your bad habit and find ways to make them invisible. If you're trying to quit snacking late at night, put away all the tempting snacks out of sight, or avoid the kitchen after dinner. Next, make the habit unattractive by focusing on its negative consequences. If you're trying to quit smoking, remind yourself of the health risks and the financial burden associated with the habit. To make the habit difficult, increase the friction involved in performing it. If you waste time scrolling through social media, delete the apps from your phone or use website blockers to limit your access. Finally, make the habit unsatisfying by removing the rewards or introducing negative consequences. For example, you could join a support group or tell a friend about your goal to hold yourself accountable. By applying these inverse principles, you can weaken the neural pathways associated with bad habits and make it easier to break free from their grip. Section 8. The power of identity-based habits. One of the most profound aspects of habit formation is the concept of identity-based habits. Rather than focusing solely on what you want to achieve, identity-based habits focus on who you want to become. Your current behaviors are a reflection of your current identity. If you see yourself as someone who smokes, you'll continue to smoke, but if you shift your identity to that of a non-smoker, your behaviors will naturally align with this new self-image. The key is to start believing in the person you want to become and then act in accordance with that belief. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to be. If you want to be a writer, write every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. If you want to be a healthy person, make healthy choices, even if it's just one meal at a time. Over time, these small actions will accumulate and solidify your desired identity, making it easier to maintain the habits that support it. Remember, it's not about achieving a goal, it's about becoming the type of person who achieves those goals effortlessly. Section 9. Conclusion. Embrace the process of continuous improvement. In conclusion, the journey of personal transformation starts with a single step, a single decision to embrace the power of atomic habits. It's about recognizing that small changes, consistently applied, can lead to remarkable results over time. Remember the 4 laws of behavior change. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. These laws provide a framework for building good habits and breaking bad ones, one tiny change at a time. Embrace the power of identity-based habits, aligning your actions with the person you aspire to be. And finally, trust in the process of compounding. Just like a small amount of interest compounded over time can grow into a significant sum, the effects of your daily habits multiply, leading to extraordinary outcomes. So, start today. Identify one small habit you want to build or break and apply the principles outlined in this essay. Remember, success is not a destination, it's a journey of continuous improvement, one atomic habit at a time.